Alex Jones was ordered to pay almost $1 billion in restitution or compensatory damages to Sandy Hook families. Oh my God, it's like a massive win right now for everybody. But would you believe it if I told you that not everybody is happy about this? Not just Alex Jones either. Let me tell you the story. So back in early August, Alex Jones going through a trial in Texas. He's being sued by one of the Sandy Hook families there, I believe. He was ordered to pay somewhere around $50 million or $45 million to the family there in Texas, right? It did not go well for him. He lost the trial gloriously. Like, it went really poorly for him, and he came out there and just lost his mind on the judges and everybody involved.
And she said, I'm going to instruct the jury that you're a liar tomorrow.
Talking about the judge. It's made up, of course. I'll explain in a minute.
I mean, it's unprecedented. Then she ordered my lawyer to violate attorney-client privilege and tell her about our private conversations, which is just unprecedented. I mean, this is like a tour de force of how to violate people's rights. It's unbelievable, and I just feel sorry for everybody, including these whacked out leftists and lawyers and the judge. I mean, they are all just over the deep end and have no idea what they've done. She also made this really weird statement where she said, you believe everything you say is the truth.
Oh my God, dude. Just crazy, dude. Okay, so let me explain. When he says that the judge said that I'm going to instruct the jury that you're a liar tomorrow or whatever, all of the trial work had already ended. It was over. And Alex Jones had already proven himself to have lied under oath. He lied under oath. The reason that we know that is because his lawyer accidentally sent an entire copy of his cell phone, like a digital copy of his phone, to the plaintiff's side, which is like, oh my God, a massive mess up. Like, holy shit. You can't mess up worse than that as a lawyer. Well, anyways, as it turns out, that phone just so happened to have the text messages that he claimed didn't exist. In the discovery process, he was supposed to have turned over any text messages related to Sandy Hook. Alex Jones claimed that he didn't have any. He never texted about it. When the phone ended up in the plaintiff's lawyer's hands, he discovered that, in fact, he did have text messages all about Sandy Hook. Something he's supposed to have turned over in the discovery phase long and long ago. And that proved, without a shadow of a doubt, that he did, in fact, lie under oath. So as part of the process of deciding how much money is given or whatever other thing, how much money the jury decides goes to these families, as part of that process, naturally, the judge explains Alex Jones lied under oath during this trial. That's part of the process. So yeah, he just wants to twist it around to make himself out to be the victim. As always, that's Alex Jones's whole MO. He's always the victim.
And she said, I'm going to instruct the jury that you're a liar tomorrow.
Complete nonsense, taken totally out of context. This is all a natural part of the trial and how the trial works, right? And then, of course, we got the most memeable moment of all time, when the lawyer and Alex Jones and everybody else reveal or find out that Alex Jones's lawyer accidentally sent that data to the plaintiff's lawyer.
I don't know whose phone's taking it. I mean, I turned the phone over and said, take the stuff off.
Can I have you look in the very bottom below the very bottom left corner? Is that your phone number?
Yes. So you did get my text messages, and it said you didn't. Nice trick.
Again, he was not supposed to have any texts about Sandy Hook. He claimed under oath that he didn't. His lawyer said that he didn't have any texts under oath about Sandy Hook. And here we have the lawyers blowing up one of the texts on screen for everybody to see, a conversation about Sandy Hook. He was not supposed to have had that text message because Alex Jones wasn't planning to turn it over to them. He was violating the discovery process by refusing to turn that information over. And now he's going to freak out internally. Just watch his face just fall and go absolutely nuts, realizing how completely effed he is.
Messages. And it said you didn't. Nice trick.
Yes, Mr. Jones. Indeed. You didn't give this text message to me. You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way?
Dude, look at this lawyer just sitting here oh my God, this guy has got to be losing his mind inside right now, right?
Is privileged or protected in any way, and as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And
if the lawyer had just said, the dude sent a full copy, I don't know how big, 50 gig copy or something, of Alex Jones's entire phone, every text message that he's sent over the past 3 or 4 years or whatever, every picture he has, everything, his search history, the whole 9 yards. And this lawyer on screen here on the bottom, he could have texted or emailed the guy and said, this is all privileged. I did not mean to send that. Erase it. It does not belong to you. Don't even open it. He could have done that, and it would have worked. Legally, there are ways to have gotten out of this predicament that he got himself in. You know what he did? Nothing! For 10 days. He did nothing! And that is why he's sitting there doing this, while the opposition describes exactly how he royally himself and everybody else involved in the case.
Clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have a text message about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment. I gave them my phone, and then...
Mr. Jones, you need to answer the question.
No,
Did you know this happened?
Oh, it's painful. It is so deeply painful. Oh, my God.
No, I didn't know this happened. But, I told you I gave them the phone over.
But just
And
answer the question.
You said in your deposition, you searched your phone. You said you pulled down the text, did the search function for Sandy Hook. That's what you said, Mr. Jones.
Oh, my God, it's painful. Okay, so here's the point. This is a couple months old, this news, but let me tell you why we're talking about it now. Because there was another trial that took place recently, or another verdict. It wasn't another trial. I think the recent trial that was just decided actually took place before the Texas trial. Really what happened with this, so there were 2 trials. There's one in Texas and there's one in Connecticut, okay? Alex Jones refused to cooperate with the Connecticut trial, refused to turn over any files, refused to work with discovery, even show up to court, anything at all, right? And as a result, there was a default judgment on him. You're not going to show up to court, you're going to lose automatically. That's how our judicial system works. And I like that. That's fine. You need to cooperate with the judicial system. You have to. This is how a society functions. So he refuses to cooperate and show up or anything else. So what happens? He loses by default, and the jury just decided how much money he owes in that trial. The Texas one, he cooperated with, went through the process and everything, and they decided he owed around $45 million, I think. The Connecticut trial that he refused to cooperate with, he owes $1 billion. They decided he owes, I don't know, $967 million, somewhere in there, right? Listen to his reaction to this, mid-October 2022.
We are very, very sure, like 99%, that this is such a joke, this thing is such a fiasco, such a kangaroo court, such a railroad job, that these will be overturned, both the Texas rulings and the Connecticut rulings at the Supreme Courts of Connecticut and Texas, if not the Supreme Court of the United States. But it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I don't have $10 million cash. I got a couple houses, a couple $1 million in the bank. It's a total joke.
Okay, that's interesting. That's called judgment proof, what he's describing right now. And he has a lot of confidence. He feels pretty confident right now, right? Well, let me tell you the bad thing for Alex Jones here. Judgment proof means that you don't have what they're asking for. If somebody sued me for $1 billion, what are they going to get? They're not getting anything. Like They can't get a dime out of me because I don't have $1 million, let alone $1 billion. I don't have 100,000. I don't have $10,000 for that matter, you know. So they're not getting a dime out of me, honestly, if they sued me for $1 billion. I'm judgment proof. What are they going to do? They can't do anything. Well, here's the idea. That's what Alex Jones seems to be leaning on at this moment. The fact that he's judgment proof and the fact that he can exhaust appeals. You just go through the appeals process for the next 10 years. Ultimately, I believe that he will lose this whole trial. And the fact that it was a default judgment because he didn't show up or cooperate, I think that may complicate the appeals process even more. But the point here is that he's very confident at face value. Listen to how he reacted to the jury reading out the verdict, or what he owed, basically. Before we continue, I just wanted to mention something. If you like what I do and you want to see me continue to do it, you can support me in a few ways. First, there's Patreon. That's probably the best way. But if you want to get something back for your support, you can check out my Teespring. Or you can check out my Telltale Unfiltered channel. I go through long-form, unhinged sermons from all kinds of people, from Hank Kunneman to Greg Locke to Jehovah's Witnesses. So give it a look. Links are in the description. Okay, now back to the video. I wanted to mention something else, yeah. Have you guys ever heard of Gawker? Gawker is an old... What would you call it? Gossip rag or whatever. It's kind of like the National Enquirer, where they just kind of lie about people all the time. Like TMZ. It's just a drama network, right? They're always talking about these celebrities did this thing or that thing or whatever else. There used to be one called Gawker. No longer. You know what happened to it? Hulk Hogan sued it out of existence for defamation. Literally sued it out of existence. It no longer exists, to my knowledge. It may exist in some form now. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up later, and I'll insert the answer later when I do the editing for this. But anyways, yeah. Gawker was completely destroyed as a company because they were sued out of existence by Hulk Hogan for lying, for defaming him, basically. And that's what's going to happen to Alex Jones, I believe. I think Alex Jones is going to be completely destroyed as a company by all of these lawsuits because of what he said with Sandy Hook. Honestly, Sandy Hook, it was bad. It was real bad what he said. But I would go as far as to say maybe not even the worst thing that he's said or done over the years. He's done some real messed up stuff, man. This is just the one that got him. And I have to applaud these families, honestly. Anyways, like I was saying, he seems pretty calm in this one, right? This last clip we watched. Listen to his reaction while listening to the verdict live.
Ain't gonna be happening. Ain't no money.
He claims there ain't no money, quote unquote. There is. He has millions. He may not have $1 billion, maybe not. I don't know. He certainly has millions.
In this case, we award damages to each plaintiff and against Alex Jones and free.
I killed the kids, folks. They think.
That's not what anybody thinks. This is a straw man designed to get people on his side. Nobody believes that he did that, but he made their lives a living hell for the following, 10, 15 years. How long has it been now? It's been a long time. They had to move multiple times. They had to have security. People showed up at their houses with guns. It got real, and that was all Alex Jones's fault, all that stuff. He led the charge on these conspiracy theories against these families, and it's honestly disgusting, depraved, and he absolutely deserves to go completely out of business. Not just for Sandy Hook and what he did to them, but for all the other people that he's hurt through the years.
Number one, compensatory damages. Instructions. Fill in both numbers for each plaintiff, then go.
Now remember, I'm in bankruptcy. We got 2 years of appeals. The money you donate does not go to these people. It goes to fight this fraud, and it goes to stabilize the company. They want to shut down. That's why the ambulance chasers did this, why they use these families. So saveinfowars.com. We're fighting Goliath. We'll win because of you. Saveinfowars.com, infowarsstore.com. Double Patriot points, 10% off at $17.76 right now at Infowars Store. But you see, you want somebody to fight for you? I'm doing it, and you see what they do. So you want to fight? That's fine. It's your decision.
He's not fighting for anybody. He's fighting for himself. He's doing this for money. He very easily could have fact-checked the things that came in. That's part of the reason why all this happened. The people that talked about Sandy Hook on his program didn't fact-check anything. I mean, this was a whole line of questioning in the court case. They didn't fact-check anything that was presented to them. Owen Schroyer, one of the hosts, was just handed a script on air and shown a video and said, play this, and he did. No fact-checking involved. Just play it. It was propagandistic nonsense. It was fabricated clips of people lying and pretending to cry and then not crying. It was just nonsense, all of it. They didn't fact-check anything. This is 100% on Alex Jones and on his company.
But that's where we are. That's the whacked out system on the left.
Dude, I love how he says whacked out. He says whacked, kind of like with an H at the front. Whacked out left. This is the whacked out left. I love it.
That's the whacked out system on the left. Did we hit 1 billion, guys?
Yeah, did we hit 1 billion, guys? See, that's what it's all about. He's trying to earn as much money as he can, bring in as much as he can to try to pay off these debts, to dig himself out of this ridiculous hole that he dug for himself. 100% of this is Alex Jones's fault. So here's where it gets interesting. There are people out there bizarrely defending Alex Jones. Alex Jones is a public figure, right? I'm a public figure. We're both public figures. We both talk for a living. We both criticize others for a living, right? So naturally, I should be worried, shouldn't I? I should be worried. Maybe they'll come after me. That's what Charlie Kirk thinks.
It's not about whether you like Alex Jones. It is completely irrelevant. What is relevant is, do you think that the law industrial complex, in collusion with the media...
Law industrial complex. Okay, an industrial complex is a kind of a concept where private business and government get intertwined with each other. Like you've got the military industrial complex where private business, like gun manufacturers and stuff, get intertwined with the government, and now there's a business government interest, a shared interest in war. That's a problem, right? What would the law industrial complex even look like? What would that even be? I don't understand. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. How would the law industrial complex be coming after Alex Jones? I'm really trying to understand here.
And work in harmony to completely obliterate somebody financially for saying something wrong and then therefore apologizing afterwards. Oh, so they're going to go for Mike Lindell.
Okay, well, first of all, he did not apologize afterwards. Alex Jones, he didn't apologize for any of this. He blames everybody else and says he's not at fault. He didn't do anything wrong, and he's making a big deal out of it. Like, I did it. It was me. I went into that school. That's what he's been saying, to try to shark the blame off and make people think it's ridiculous that he could be to blame for absolutely anything. No, he is to blame for this stuff.
Oh, so they're going to go for Mike Lindell next. Or are they going to go for Steve Bannon? Or are they going to go for this program? Or are they going to go for Tucker Carlson? The New York Times says this.
Oh, that'd be great. I would love that. That'd be fantastic. Yes, go for those people. If they are defaming people, absolutely, 100%. I am all in favor of it.
New York Times says this now holds lessons. They are running. This is practice for them. This is a spring football game. This is spring training. This is
okay. Who is them? Who is they? Who's he talking about? This was done by a set of private families who hired a private attorney to help them get justice from Alex Jones. How is this the cabal or whatever he thinks it is? I don't understand. Who is them? Who is they?
Double-A baseball for them before they get to the majors. Alex Jones is not the destination. Alex Jones is just getting them refined to be able to do what they actually want.
The point is, Charlie Kirk and many other people want you to think that this could happen to anybody. Guess what? I don't live in fear of this at all. I don't defame people ever. I don't do it. I don't insult people. I don't slander or lie about anybody ever. Now, I've been known to get facts incorrect on stream live before, but when I do the edits, I do fact checks and make sure that all the stuff that I say, all the specific claims that I make are correct before they actually go on air. Before they hit my YouTube channel, I make sure things are correct. You know why I don't live in fear of being sued out of existence like Alex Jones? Because I don't slander, I don't lie, I don't bend the truth. I only criticize, and I only ever come with facts. They could try to sue me, certainly, but they would fail because I don't lie about people, plain and simple. Unless the justice system is corrupt, of course. That's a totally separate issue. I'm glad this is happening. I want this to happen to more people. This is called accountability. I want Tucker Carlson to face accountability through the justice system. I want Charlie Kirk to face accountability if he has ever lied or slandered people. I want that to be the case. I want more of this. This is great. Don't let these people make you think that your favorite media figure sits at home living in fear, shaking in his bed at night, worried, oh my God, am I going to be sued next? I really don't. I really do not care. I don't think about this at night. I don't worry about it because I don't lie. If you don't lie, if you don't slander, you don't have to worry about people suing you out of existence for it. Plain and simple. Let me know what you think about that in the comments or on Twitter @TelltaleAtheist.